Abercrombie's viral denim sale is back, and Spotify listeners get an extra 15% off with code SpotifyAF. Abercrombie is known for their denim. With 30 to 50% off all jeans, find out how denim should feel. Shop the viral denim sale in the Abercrombie app, online, or in stores. Valid in stores and online through August 11th, 2025 in US and Canada. Excludes clearance, price reflects discount. Code valid in US and Canada through August 11th, 2025. Exclusions apply. See details online.
It's summer. Time to enjoy long days, lazy nights, and great food. Because Uber Eats has deals all summer long. So, when hunger strikes, don't sweat it. Delicious deals are just a tap away on Uber Eats. Enjoy all your favorite grocery items delivered straight to you. Get ice cream, soda, and snacks from your favorite stores like Wegmans and CVS and make the most of every moment. Now that sounds like a good summer. Order now on Uber Eats. Terms apply. Product availability varies by region. See app for details.
This is Optimal Health Daily. 10 Reasons You're Not Making Progress in the Gym, Part 2 by Jordan Syatt with RogLawFitness.com. And I'm Dr. Neil. Hey there, and welcome back to Optimal Health Daily, where I simply read to you from the best health and fitness blogs for free. I cover fitness, nutrition, stress management, weight management, and lots more. This is kind of like an audiobook, but with articles from a bunch of different authors, and of course, with their permission. Now, today is Wednesday, and like I do every Wednesday, I like to share a little bit of inspiration with you. So with that, here we go. Quote, "You can't put a limit on how much you can improve and how much you can do. There are no limits on what you can be or what you can do, except the limits you place on yourself." Brian Tracy. All right, before we get to it, remember, today's post is part 2 from yesterday. So if you're new here or are skipping around, I'd recommend listening to yesterday's episode first. But if you're all caught up, let's jump right in and hear part 2 and continue optimizing your life. 10 Reasons You're Not Making Progress in the Gym, Part 2 by Jordan Syatt with RogLawFitness.com. 6. Your ego is too big. As Henry Rollins wisely wrote in The Iron, quote, "Most injuries involving the iron come from ego. I once spent a few weeks lifting weight that my body wasn't ready for, and spent a few months not lifting anything heavier than a fork. Try to lift what you're not prepared to, and the iron will teach you a little lesson in restraint and self-control." End quote. The weight room is no place for an ego. Egos breed poor form and lead to injury. Learn to love the iron and the hard work it takes in order to progress. In the end, you'll be rewarded. 7. Your form sucks. You want to know what really grinds my gears? Watching people who have no concept of what a good repetition looks like. It could be in regard to chin-ups, the bench press, squatting, or unilateral supine hip extensions on a physio ball. Honestly, I don't care what the move is, but if you're using terrible form, then I want to hurt you. This actually ties in really well with having too big of an ego. A lot of times, people will use more weight and compensate by reducing their range of motion. Others legitimately just don't know what good form looks like, but considering you're listening to this, I'm assuming you aren't one of those people. Among other things, poor form will inevitably lead to injury, simply because performing an exercise incorrectly involves your body training a movement pattern that it wasn't designed to do. This is why when people tell me, "Jordan, doing squats hurts my knees," I respond with, "No, not doing squats hurts your knees. If you were squatting, then your knees would be fine." Use proper form, stay healthier for longer, and make more progress. Bam. 8. You're not adding weight. When people ask me why they're not making progress in the gym, one of the first things I ask them is what their 3 to 5 repetition maximums are in the squat, the bench, and deadlift, or the respective variations. From here, the response is either, "I don't know," or they give me concrete numbers, which are usually 20 to 50 pounds heavier than their actual maximums, but that's beside the point. My next question to those who actually have justifiable numbers for each lift is, how often do you try lifting heavier weight? The usual response to this includes a scrunched up face filled with a look of utter confusion, and ends with them saying something along the lines of, "Well, I'm not strong enough to go heavier yet." Let me explain something. If you're not attempting to lift heavier weight, then you will never get stronger. Period. More weight equals more strength, and more strength equals more progress. 9. You're not recovering. No matter what your goal is or what your training program entails, there are always rest periods. Whether the rest period is a couple of hours or a couple of days is irrelevant to the point I'm trying to make. Regardless of the frequency or length of your rest days, they are crucially important for your recovery and continued progress in the gym. It doesn't matter if you're a powerlifter, a marathon runner, or a rodeo clown. If you're training hard, then a certain amount of recovery is absolutely necessary to ensure your body is ready to go hard when the time comes. Don't judge. Rodeo clowns have intense training programs, or at least I'd assume they do. And 10, you're scared. I'll be the first to admit that training can be scary, and for a lot of different reasons. For some, there is a fear of getting under several hundred pounds of weight. For others, it's a fear of failure. Regardless of your fear or the deeper reason behind it all, learning to embrace your fear may be the best thing you can do to ensure you improve in your training. Everyone has fears. No one is completely void of fear, and each person has to deal with it on one level or another. However, the difference between those who make progress and those who don't is the ability to recognize the fear without allowing it to take over their being. Don't let fear beat you. Feel it. Embrace the fear. Let it completely fill you. Only when you have fully acknowledged the fear and its presence inside you can you be free of it. To ignore the fear and run from it is to let it win. If you can accept the fear for what it is, an emotion, and continue to work towards your goals, then you will overcome it. You will beat it. Beat fear. Make progress. Summing up. Before this article comes to an end, let us take a moment to recap 10 reasons you may be failing to make progress in the gym, shall we? You don't have a goal. You don't have a plan. Your diet doesn't match your training. You're not doing the most productive movements. You're not warming up. Your ego is too big. Your form sucks. You're not adding weight. You're not recovering. Or you're scared. I hope that each of you who hears this can now take one step back in order to make 10 leaps forward. To be honest, that's all training really is, breaking things down just to build them right back up, but even better than before. You just listened to part 2 of the post titled 10 Reasons You're Not Making Progress in the Gym by Jordan Syatt with RogLawFitness.com, and I'll be right back with my commentary.
Oikos presents 15 Seconds of Strength.
Here we go. Steve's got a trunk full of groceries and no one to help him.
Oh, that's tough, Jim. Looks like a 5-trip load at least.
He grabs the first bag, the second. Bob, it looks like he's trying to do it all in one trip. He shimmies the door open, steps over the dog, and he stumbles.
Oh, right into the kitchen without missing a beat. Jim, now that's a man who eats his protein-packed Oikos.
With 15 grams of complete protein in each cup, Oikos Triple Zero can help build strength for every day. Oikos, stronger makes everything better.
You just realized your business needed to hire someone yesterday. How can you find amazing candidates fast? Easy. Just use Indeed. Stop struggling to get your job posts seen on other job sites. Indeed's Sponsored Jobs helps you stand out and hire fast. With Sponsored Jobs, your post jumps to the top of the page for your relevant candidates, so you can reach the people you want faster. When I've hired in the past, the process was slow and overwhelming. I wish I had used Indeed. There's no need to wait any longer. Speed up your hiring right now with Indeed. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/health. Just go to Indeed.com/health right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/health. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Indeed is all you need. Dr. Neal here for my commentary. Let's go back to Jordan's 8th suggestion. That's where Jordan talked about adding more weight to your lifts. Jordan is right that if we never try to lift heavier weights, we're probably not going to get stronger. We might build up more endurance, which means we might be able to lift a lighter weight for a longer period of time, but that's different from gaining strength. Now, adding weight doesn't have to mean lifting heavy or adding 10, 20, or 30 pounds to the barbell. It can be as small as 2.5 pounds. Now, I've been guilty of having this mindset, I'll tell myself when I'm working out, what's the point of only adding 2.5 pounds to my lift? That's nothing. It's not going to help me get stronger. And I'll be honest, that's wrong. Adding even just a little more weight, even though our brain is telling us it's insignificant, makes a difference. Your brain may be telling you the weight is insignificant, but your body will feel it. And that's what matters. So, no amount of weight can be too small to add to your lifts. But you can add too much weight to your lifts, and that's when injury happens. So add a little bit at a time, go slowly, and you will progress. All right, that'll do it for today. Thank you so much for being here and listening every day. I hope you're having a great week so far, and I'll see you back here tomorrow where your optimal life awaits.